When it comes to making party ribs, what is better, baby back or St. Louis style? That is what we're going to find out. Today's video is sponsored by Smokin' Tex, but a little bit later on that. If you don't know what a party rib is, to quickly bring you up to speed, it's literally taking an entire rack of ribs, and instead of cooking it whole like what we normally do, we're going to slice them up into individual ribs, season them all around, and then smoke them. I was so skeptical when I first saw these, and when I tried it, it's like, oh my gosh, these are just mind-blowing good. So right now we are going to start with the baby back, and you have the membrane here, which we're going to try to remove. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of slowly just trying to ride up kind of like the middle bone. Don't want to be too forceful, but what I'm trying to do is just lift up a little bit. And so once I can kind of get my fingers all the way across, I can kind of hold that down and then whoosh, rip all the way up. And there we go. We have the membrane removed. And don't throw this membrane away. This is so good. I'm just totally kidding. Gonna give this a nice little cut through. And now what we're gonna do is just make our individual cuts in here. So we're just gonna go through and just start slicing all these up. You can pretty much feel with your fingers where the two bones are, and you just cut in between. And we will tune back in once we have all these cut up. All right, we have our baby backs all trimmed up. Now for seasoning, I'm gonna be using Uncle Steve's. This is his magic ribs. This is just such good flavor. So I'm just gonna come in here, and we're just gonna start coating all these ribs. And the cool thing about doing it party style is you get to cover all sides, whereas if usually you're just doing a rack of ribs, you're only coating top and bottom, but now we're able to get seasoning on all sides. So I'm going to give these a flip, and then we are going to coat the other side. And again, you just want to make sure to give each one of these a toss, just because we want all that goodness to go all the way around. So now let's get the St. Louis. All right, now to work on the St. Louis style. So I'm going to flip this over, and then we're going to, again, do that same thing. We're just going to find where that bone is all the way across. So usually I'll get to right about there. Just going to pull this up. Ugh. Now, if you ever find like it's just fighting you, take a paper towel, and then the paper towel will not slip when you actually pinch and grab it. So now we have the back of the membrane moved off. If there's a little bit of dangly fat in here, you can trim it up. Again, these ribs, we're not entering in a competition. This is just fun for the backyard, so you really don't have to do a lot of heavy trimming for that. We are also going to do the same exact thing. So I'm just going to find, kind of where the middle is at, and then we are going to make our initial cut all the way down. And now we are just going to just do exactly what we did with the baby backs. We're going to kind of just find where that next bone is, and then go to town. All right, here we go. It looks like there's a little bit more meat on this, so I don't know, maybe these will turn out better. That is what we are going to find out. All right, so we got all these cut up. There are a few ones that, oh man, like this one right here, that is going to be, that's going to be good. So now let's season them up. And again, we're doing the same exact thing for seasoning. All we're trying to find out is what is just going to be the better bite. Is it going to be St. Louis? Is it going to be baby back? So now let's come in and we'll just season these up. And again, just remember, we're going to coat all sides. If you do want to pick up some of this Uncle Steve Magic Ribs, I will link his website in the description. Now that we got all these seasoned up, let's put a lid on it. And now what we're going to do is we are going to prep the Smokin' Tex. To actually smoke these today, we are going to be using the Smokin' Tex. This is the 1460 Pro, which is also today's video sponsor. This cabinet smoker is probably one of my favorite units in the backyard simply because it is so versatile. You can smoke things in it. You can use it as a food warmer. If I'm resting a brisket or pulled pork before company comes over, I actually have it just resting in the Smokin' Tex. You can set it to the perfect serving temperature, around 140 degrees. And when guests come over, I'll just take it out, slice in, and it is just the perfect temperature. The thing that I probably love most about the Smokin' Tex is how little fuel it takes to do an overnight smoke. We're talking like 50 cents. Probably not even that. I'm probably overshooting that. You have a temperature range of 100 degrees all the way up to 250 degrees, which since it's so insulated, it's more like 275, 280 in my experience. Just things cook really, really fast just because of how insulated it is. You have a latch here on the front. Pop that open, and then you have your cabinet space in here. Down here is where you're going to put your wood chunks, wood chips, pellets, literally whatever you want to put in here to actually get some good smoke going, you're going to put in here. So here I have my woods. We have some pecan, we have some oak, we have some cherry, and this is how easy it is. So I'm going to lift this up right here, and then we're just going to take our wood chips. Oh man, that was super hard. And that's it. Now all I have to do is take this, put it back in the Smokin' Tex. It's gonna go right in here. So now let's get some party ribs up on her. Let's get one of these racks out. Let's get these on. Okay, beautiful. We'll take these, put it in like that. Now I'm gonna get the next. Just want to make sure that there is little space in between them so all that goodness and smoke can go all the way around. One thing to note is you do want to actually have all the meat loaded up before you turn the unit on. So we got the party ribs loaded up. I'm going to close this down. Now if you want to come over here to the dial, and I don't know if I have the strength to do this, and you're just going to literally twist it to where it says 250, and that's it. And you just walk away. It's easy. It's crazy easy. If you are interested in checking out a Smokin' Tex, do have a discount code SARGE10. You get 10% off. We're going to give these probably about 45 minutes, and we'll tune back in, check where they're at. See you in 45 minutes. All right, it's been 45 minutes. Let's go see where these party ribs are at. Got my chef's temp, Final Touch X10, so we can see where they're at temp-wise. Let me just open this up. Woo-wee. 185, looking good. Gonna get some sauce up on these. All right, close that up. Probably about 20 minutes. Ooh. So the sauce we were using today was Uncle Steve's, the sauce with no name. This is a great sauce for glazing. You can use whatever barbecue sauce you want. If it is really thick, you can dilute it with some soda, and that will get it to where it's easy to spread and put on. But other than that, we'll tune back in and see where they're at in about 20 minutes. Backyard smelling good. Let's get these off. We'll let them rest for a little bit. Woo-wee. Oh, look at that. That is looking good. Oh man, oh man. That looks good. So I'm going to put all the St. Louis to one end, and then we will put all the baby backs on the other side. Oh man. That looks good. I tell you what. Now what I'm going to do is I will close this up. I'm going to turn this all the way to off. We'll let these cool off in a little bit, and then we'll check them out. My mouth is watering right now, and let's go in for taste test. So got the first one right here. This is the baby back. Really good balance of that smoke flavor there. Again, this is what I am used to. What I'm not used to is doing it the St. Louis. So let me come in here. All right, bon appetit. Okay. Just doing a side-by-side. Seems like it's a little bit more tender, but you do have a little bit more meat to the bite. Personally, I can make these all disappear. They are so, so good. So I will say for this test, I do actually end up liking the St. Louis style a little bit better. And we had tons of space left over in that Smokin' Tex, so if we wanted to even double this amount, throw down for party, we could have. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Smokin' Tex, for sponsoring today's video. If you do have any questions, leave them in the comment section. I will put all the discounts, show notes, recipes, all that stuff in the description of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Grill Sergeant out.